Yokai Watch 4 has been one of my longest awaited titles. I love the developer Level 5 and most games they've made, but I also love the series as a whole, especially the third game, which was one of my favorite titles in the old Nintendo 3DS. But now, this is serious business, because the series is finally making a debut on a proper home console on the Nintendo Switch. The story this time revolves around Amano Natsume, the daughter of Keta, or Nathan in the English version. She and her friends discover a time gate that is causing all sorts of distortions and problems. And in order to stop it, they join forces with the young Amano Keta.
やっぱり君が私のお父さん。
However, while all of this is happening, warriors from mysterious Oni clan are trying to find their princess, while also collecting legendary yokai weapons. And for anyone who watches Yokai Watch Shadow Side, yes, those are the same basic plot and villains from that show. But Level 5 made a great job combining the plot of the three different timelines, which is exclusive to this game, and the story from the anime. And the end result was a single, consistent campaign, even though we are dealing with time travel. The graphics got a huge improvement over the first three games and their spin-offs, which was to be expected. After all, the Nintendo Switch hardware is leagues above that of the 3DS. The animations and colors are very vivid, to the point where it even looks like an anime sometimes. But there is still much more to the visuals in this game. You can immediately tell there is a lot of attention to details everywhere. There are many colorful locations, populated by countless NPC variations for each timeline. Each character has many unique animations. Even the running animation is different for every playable character. I obviously play as Akinori, because he does a Naruto run, which means he runs faster than any other character. That's just science. And besides, it's not every day you get the opportunity to play as a cool chubby guy. Nowadays, whenever a fat character has to do something cool, he needs to get skinny first, for whatever reason. But not this time. No sir. This game would never do such a... Oh... Never mind.
妖怪探偵団団長剣山へへ
The gameplay is pretty good. The exploration feels much more natural, since now you can jump, which makes easier to avoid obstacles and to get shortcuts. Now your character is much closer to the screen, and you have free control over the camera at all times, which means you get to see a lot more details everywhere. For better or for worse. You can also fast travel to pretty much anywhere at any time, which makes exploring the game a very pleasant experience. The combat system, however, is completely different from past entries. It's an action RPG system that plays a lot like the Tales of series. I have to say that this is a big downgrade. The previous battle system was very unique. It had a lot of techniques and strategies involved. It really stood out among the other active time battle systems. But unfortunately, I can't say the same about the combat system in this new game. Just to make it clear, I love action RPGs, especially the Tales of series. So I should love the battle system in this game too. But In comparison to other similar battle systems, the combat in Yokai Watch 4 is just too simplistic and repetitive, because each character has, at most, 3 special moves, and they can only do very simple and short combos. Granted, there are way more yokais to collect than there are playable characters in the whole Tales of series. Probably. But that's not the only issue, unfortunately. In the previous games, there were a lot of battle gimmicks. Small Easter eggs and mechanics that could turn the tables during battles. Most bosses in the game has their very own gimmicks, related to their personalities, abilities, and environments, which made each encounter very different and fun to play. However, in Yokai Watch 4, you get a total of 2 gimmicks for the whole game. The first one is an energy drain function, which gives you more stamina and can get bosses in a stun state when used at the right moment. The second one is Inaho's delivery drone, in which Inaho, or Haley Ann Thomas in the English version, what the hell? She will deliver healing and boost items with a drone during battles, and sometimes she will send items that can make bosses dizzy for a brief moment. Yes, that's right. Inaho, the main heroine of the previous game and my favorite character in the series, was demoted to a battle gimmick, and not even a useful one. And she's being replaced by Fumika, Kate in the West, the most boring and normal girl in the whole series. What a sad mistake. At least Natsume is really cool, and she quickly became one of my favorite characters. But I still want Inaho! Make her into a DLC, I don't care! The game is lackluster in many other areas too. The presentation, for example. I feel like they've put way less effort in this aspect this time, especially when it comes to the cutscenes. Let's watch the cutscene for when Jibanyan is summoned for the first time in the game.
俺の友達出てこいジバニャ妖怪メダルセットオンブリッジ召喚ブリッジ友達ブックワウジジバニャ
Well, it's fine, I guess. Nothing really bad about it. And now let's watch the equivalent of this cutscene in the third game.
Go ahead and do your thing!
Okay, this music is not actually from the game, but the visuals are the same. So you get the idea. It looks much better than this new game, doesn't it? The voice acting continues to be great.
召喚俺の友達出てこい猫又
Even though fully voiced cutscenes became really rare.
お母さん
ね
The previous entry had at least 20 pre-rendered fully voiced cutscenes, with lots of action and drama. But in this game, there is like 4 of those throughout the whole campaign.
運命の出会いよ
Much like the new Pokémon Sword and Shield, many yokai didn't make the cut. However, there are plans for free updates that will put many of those classic yokai back in the game little by little. Which is great! Don't you think so, Game Freak? And how about you, Pokémon Company? Anyway, it's not like there are just losses in this matter. There were many new yokai added in the game as well. And all of them can change into a second, stronger form which is called Shadowside. So it's fair enough in my opinion. It's not like they were being lazy or anything. It's also worth mentioning that you can choose any of the many yokai to follow you around. and they all have unique animations for walking, running, and standing still. Oh boy, I wish I could do that in the new Pokémon game. Oh, never mind, I guess it's impossible. There is way less minigames too, which can be a good thing for those who just want to play a straightforward campaign. But personally, I had a wonderful time with the many surprising minigames that I found in Yokai Watch 3. There was even an entire action RPG mode there, with its very own gimmicks, system, dungeons, and bosses.
お前ら出発だ
But you get very little of that stuff in this 4th game, which is a shame. Sure, there are still some fun and surprising minigames.
見つけた
As well as the good and old gacha minigame. And here I thought I was finally free from the gacha hell. Okay, since there is no escape, I will try to get me a Shadow Side Fubuki Hime. Let's go! Come on, come on, come on! God damn it, that's just an item! Fubuki Hime, come home! Come home, Fubuki Hime! Ah! Okay, that's the last one. Give me Fubuki Hime! Fubuki Hime! No, it's Lily again! Look at all that old water! I can't even use it in this game! Nevertheless, do not fear. Despite all the cons, there are still plenty of pros about this game. For one, the gameplay in general is still really fun and easy to play, with many improvements in the UI and shortcut commands. The soundtrack is as amazing, if not better than the previous games, and fits perfectly with the atmosphere in each scenario. You have way more options to customize your human characters and yokai, and the systems to capture new yokai are way more fun and easier to use.
百鬼姫
When the enemy's HP is low enough, there is a fair chance that he will get into a capture-ready state. At this point, all you have to do is to press one button, and then you will proceed to steal their soul! And just look at this capture animation. It feels so satisfying! And finally, the story is great! It's easily one of the most complex and exciting campaigns in the whole series. It can easily take over 50 hours to clear. And there is still a lot of post-game content after that, with more on the way in future updates. But the greatest improvement has to be the fact that there is only one version of this game. That's right, no more flashy souls, bony spirits, psychic espers, sushi, tempura, sukiyaki, birthright, conquest, sword, shield, or whatever. It's just one package, and you can get everything in the game with just that. At least for now. And I really hope they don't change that. If you are just beginning to study Japanese, Yokai Watch 4 continues to be a great entry point for those who love Japanese games and want to practice the language. Especially because every kanji comes with furigana, which are those small subtitles in hiragana, which makes much easier to read everything. But if you don't know what the hell is hiragana, furigana, or kanji, then you better just wait for the localization. Yes, that's right, this game is officially coming to the West. We just don't know when. But at least, it's just a matter of time. All in all, Yokai Watch 4 is a great game. Maybe not the best in the series, but it is still a fantastic RPG nonetheless. It's definitely worth a shot, even if you are not a fan of the series. I recommend it to everyone, especially if you are a fan of Gegege no Kitaro. Hey, wait a minute! The name Kitaro is too Japanese. We can't have that. We gotta change it to something more American. Or else, the kids will feel confused and angry. Isn't that right, Haley Bailey Annie Thomas Williams III? Yes. Yes it is. How about Boo 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 Buinkle? Or something simple like Spooky Jack. Or even Scary John. Whoa, every option sounds horrible. Now I'm feeling like a real pro. And that's it for this review. But if you have any other questions about Yokai Watch 4, or if you have suggestions for future reviews, just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye.